Hi, my name is Sarah Belzeal, and I wanted to share with you a little bit today about my eco-erotic journey. This work of eco-eroticism and why it's so important to me, why I've been sharing it with the world whenever I possibly can in different teaching contexts and settings across the country. So, my eco-erotic journey, one of the peak experiences of it took place a few years ago in the summer. And I'm going to share with you one of the shifts that I noticed in myself and in my personal life that happened as a result of this experience. And I share this with you not so that you would expect a similar result, because I think eco-erotic experiences are so unique and so different for everyone. They're going to have a different impact on your life depending on where you are and where you are in your journey, really. So, and maybe I'll just back up a little bit and explain that eco-eroticism I define as the commingling of erotic energy with the natural attraction that we feel to nature. So whenever we allow these two natural impulses to come together and to really amplify one another and to bring us deeper into ourselves, deeper into our felt sense of really who we are at our most authentic core, that's what eco-eroticism is. So when I had this kind of peak experience of eco-eroticism, I was in a relationship at the time, and with a partner, and he had wanted to open the relationship up. And I was really resistant to that. I didn't feel like I could handle the jealousy and the potential challenges of opening up the relationship. So I'd said no to it. And, fast forward a few, weeks or months later, and I had this experience where really it was a dream come true for me, where I had the opportunity to spend the night, 24 hours really, naked and alone in the woods, in the forest, the rainforest here in Kentucky. It was in the summer and it was warm, and there were mosquitoes and things like that, but I didn't have to worry about like being cold in the woods or anything. So I built a fire and had this beautiful self-pleasure session underneath this waterfall in this really sacred place here in the gorge, this beautiful spot. And during my time in the woods, I felt so deeply held and connected to nature, and so empowered to really nourish myself and my own desire for connection with the earth and with the environment around me, to just spend so much time contemplating and being with the fire and the beauty of the moss and the ferns, and even pleasuring myself and how nourishing that was. That when I emerged from this experience, I felt so complete and so full, and I had so shifted from the scarcity mindset that I think we're usually in, into this abundance mindset and a place of fulfillment, that I went back to my partner and said, I'm absolutely fine with opening our relationship up, because I just felt so confident that my needs would be met. So I think the eco-erotic experience, this personal sadhana that I did in the woods, really helped me to connect deeply to this sense of abundance that is possible for us. And so, that's one reason I think I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people. And I guess the next part of that story is that it actually turned out that the way that the rest of that summer, and I think the rest of that year, played out, that I did end up having other partners, and it really ended up being probably one of the most erotically abundant times of my life. And I feel so grateful that I decided to change my agreements and relationship with him, so that I could be open. And this sharing is really not about like advocating open relationships or even the whole, poly lifestyle, because we're all in different places. I'm not even in that place anymore. Like I'm not even interested in open relationships, but at the time it was absolutely what I needed. And so I really attribute that practice to giving me this huge aha moment, that played out in the relationship. And just one other thing that I'll share about that experience was I had this amazing moment with a mosquito, where a mosquito came and bit me. And as the mosquito was putting its little proboscis, or whatever you call that thing that the mosquito bites you with, inserting this protuberance into my skin and withdrawing blood, I was so like spiritually full at the time that I really felt like I had this vision of this mosquito taking this blood and sending it out into the universe, like this kind of offering. It was this very like Christ-like transcendent moment that I had. So, or maybe I should say like Christ consciousness or something like that. But anyway, that was also a really peak part of the experience for me. So, a little bit about my eco-erotic journey, some juicy nuggets for you. I do have a couple of blog posts out there about this. And yeah, just sharing this to give y'all a sense of really what's possible with eco-eroticism. And I'm so curious to see how, as I continue to share this work with other people, how it plays out in other people's lives and the level of fulfillment and satisfaction and really transformation that it brings about in people's lives as we unite these two powerful forces of eros, our sexuality, and this very primal, whole attraction that many of us feel to connecting deeply with nature. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you all in circle at some point, so we can play in the woods together. Thanks. Bye.